What's up, schmucks? Welcome to the latest episode of Turkey Talk. Let's just get right into it. So this week we're talking, I guess, in case anyone is new, what we do here is we go through some movie-related news of the week. There's usually a topic. There's not a topic this week. We just have a heavy news week. Then we go into the Weekly Media Club, where we talk about the movie that I've assigned as homework, and then I'll go into like anything else that I've been watching. Homework has been Eddington. I watched Eddington. Actually have quite a bit to say about it. So I guess that could technically be our topic in an elongated Weekly Media Club. But like I said, we have a lot of news to get through. So just for the sake of headlines, we're talking about some trailers. Trailers for In the Gray, the new Guy Ritchie, Super Mario Galaxy, Obsession, Disclosure Day, and Bait, which is the James Bond kind of show thing that I think looks... We'll talk about it. And then we have news about a Tinkerbell show happening at Disney+. Another Conan movie. Tom Cruise maybe was going to be on Invincible, possibly. Alien Romulus 2 might have found its director. Kate Winslet is going to be in the next Lord of the Rings movie. News about the Kpop Demon Hunters sequel. Confirmation on who is joining the cast of Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel. And then news about the Ocean's prequel movie, which we talked about last week a little bit. So we have a lot of news to get through. Let's fucking get going. All right. So trailers. A lot of trailers this week. Like I said, In the Gray, Mario, Obsession, blah, blah, blah. In the Gray is the new Guy Ritchie. It looks fun. It looks really fun. It's got a bunch of the people that Guy Ritchie likes to work with. The last, I mean, I think his last movie was it Covenant? I think it was Covenant, which is the Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a soldier, post-war something. I don't know. I know that I saw it. I don't remember anything about it, but I like Gyllenhaal, so I'll be there for him. I like that Henry Cavill's British again. I don't like it when Cavill's not British. Like, it just feels wrong. He should always be British in everything. Like, fucking August Walker is his best performance ever, and I think part of that is because they just let him be British. It's so much of his charm. And then Isa Gonzalez is in this, who was in the Gentlemanly Warfare one. The whatever. That was good. I like that. Alan Ritchson was in that. I wish he was in more things. I know he's in some war movie on Netflix where they fight robots or something, but I'm not watching that shit. But yeah, In the Gray looks good. It's I don't know. It looks like another Guy Ritchie movie, which sounds like not a compliment, but it is. I love his quick dialogue. I love the performances he gets out of people. Everybody in those movies talks like they're on so much fucking Adderall. I love it. I'm also a big fan, and I think I'm the only person that likes his King Arthur movie. It's weird and stupid and strange, and it's just a big CGI mess, but it's a lot of fun. And I like Charlie Hunnam in that a lot. I think he's really good. But yeah, no, new Guy Ritchie with Gyllenhaal, I'm fucking there. Mario trailer. This does not look great. Like, I know it's a kid's movie, and the first one's not very good, but this just does not look compelling to me at all. There's nothing in this that is gripping me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll see it, but I don't want to. I have nothing to say about it. Like, it's a Mario movie. I don't like that Chris Pratt is Mario. I like Charlie Day as Luigi, and Luigi's my favorite, so I guess it's okay. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot of what's it called? Odyssey stuff, Mario Odyssey stuff in this, which is fine, I guess. But I mean, how many Mario movies do they expect to make? Like, do you want to blow your load on Odyssey now when, like, maybe we could do that down the line? But yeah, I guess, like, this is Galaxy. But also, I was seeing that Rob is going to be in this, and so is a couple other Nintendo people. So it really is starting to look like they're setting up some kind of Smash Brothers thing. Is that going to involve the Sonic movies? Are we going to, like, open up a portal and Sonic is going to show up and they're all going to do a big punch? I don't know. I can't say that I'm completely against the idea, but I mean, I don't know. How do you do that? How would you do? How would you make like a kids movie version of what is essentially Mortal Kombat with Mario characters? I don't know. You couldn't even really do like a Mario Kart movie because they did like the Mario Kart Mad Max scene in the first one. So I mean, you can't really do like a dedicated Mario Kart movie. You could actually, I guess, if you want to do crossovers, you could do like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but that would be really stupid. I don't know. I don't know, man. How many times? I think like the concept of Mario is that Bowser steals Princess Peach. You got to go get her, right? Like he doesn't even really do that in the first one. So I mean, how many times can you do that? How many little adventures can you cook up with Mario? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't imagine this series going on forever. I would take a Luigi's Mansion movie, like a fun, not even a horror movie, like a fun little Luigi adventure. I would take that. That would be cool. But like beyond that, I can't say that I'm super invested in Mario movies. You know what I mean? And this doesn't look particularly good. Next, a movie that I actually am really looking forward to, Obsession. This is the directorial debut of, I believe his name is Corey Baker. I'm going to look that up while I talk. But this looks really good. It's got the girl from Superman and Lois, Indy Neveretti, I think her name is. But this looks fucking cool. I love the idea of I don't want to say a loser, but like a dorky nerd who's too afraid to speak to women, and so he tries to take the easy way out, and he probably ruins this girl's life forever. I'm also just loving the visual language of this movie. Like, it looks so fucking dark and shadowy, but in like a really stylistic way. I like how there's some shots where you can kind of see her face. It makes her less of a person, more of a monster, which I think is really interesting, and I'm curious to see how the movie's going to play with that. But I'm curious if this movie will have any kind of commentary. Because essentially what this is asking for a woman to not be a person anymore, and her entire livelihood revolving around loving you and being devoted to you. And I'm curious if there will be any conversations in this movie of like misogyny and robbing women of their personhood for the sake of them subscribing to relationships and men and what have you. I think this concept opens the door to that kind of commentary, which I'm very curious to see if the movie goes that route. But yeah, this looks really, really good. Love that it's vague. Like, I was trying to explain this movie to a friend of mine the other day, and I was just really struggling. I was like, I don't even know. It just looks fucking weird and creepy and gross, and I love it. That part where she's covered in blood and he's covered in blood and she's screaming like, "Do you love me? Tell me you love me." That's so good. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Maybe my most anticipated horror movie of the year, honestly. Like, it just looks fantastic. I'm so excited. Disclosure Day, the new Spielberg. This also looks fantastic. There's some really good looking movies coming out this year. But Spielberg, Aliens, need I say more? I'm fucking there. This is another one that's vague. Like, I get the premise, kind of, but I'm also curious enough that I don't think I need to see any more. Like, I was going to see this on the premise alone. The trailers are just like a little sprinkling on top. This is also my dad's most anticipated movie of the year. Like, he keeps bringing it up. He's like, "Oh, when's that Spielberg Alien movie coming out?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." But he's so excited. It's so fun. My dad doesn't get excited for movies like this. Like, but to see like that light in his eyes, I love that shit. That's so good. But I'm really curious what's going on with the there's that scene in the trailer where Colin Firth is in that woman's kitchen, but he's not really there, but he's also there, like, in her mind. And it looks like he might start, like, controlling her. Like, what's that about? Also, how is the guy gonna disclose aliens to the world with, like, what kind of proof does he have? Why is he connected to them? Why is Emily Blunt connected to them? Like, there's just so many questions that I am very interested in to see, like, what the answer is. Coleman Domingo is in it, who is great. Love him. So, hell yeah. But it looks good. I am really, really excited. It's been a little while since Spielberg's last movie. I don't even know what his last movie was. Fuck, what was his last movie? It wasn't Warhorse, was it? Fuck, was it Warhorse? No, it couldn't have been. Shit, actually, I have no idea what his last movie was, but I'm ready. Let's fucking go. And then the last trailer we're going to talk about is Bait, which is the Riz Ahmed Bond show, where the premise is that he is an actor who is cast as the new James Bond, and the world implodes over his casting. And this looks very funny, very British dry humor, very topical. I'm excited. I really am. I also am a huge shooter for Person of Color James Bond. Partly because I think it'd be different. Like, I'm kind of sick of looking at the Bond lineup and it's just a bunch of white men that look the same. But also, I would love to see the reaction to it. Like, there was backlash when Daniel Craig was cast because he's blonde. Oh, James Blonde over here. I guess it'd be, oh, James Blonde over here. That's not a British accent. I don't know what the fuck that was. But, you know, like, imagine if they cast, like, a black guy, or in this case, a South Asian guy. That would be fucking insane. I'm a huge, I've said before, I made a video about it, but I think Dev Patel would be a good Bond. He has said he doesn't want to do it, but I think he'd be great. Henry Golding, I think, would have been a good Bond, but I think he's kind of aged out of it at this point. But if we are going to go white man, I mean, I don't really know. I don't think there really has ever been a bad Bond casting. Like, I don't think Timothy Dalton is great, but he's not bad, you know? Lazenby, yeah, actually, I like Lazenby, Bond. Yeah. I'm not gonna go through them all, but I like all the Bond castings. There's no Bond that I look at like, oh yeah, you're the bad one, or something like that. So I think whoever gets cast will probably get it, right? Or maybe they won't, because the Broccolis aren't doing it anymore. Now, this, actually, you know what? That's something I hadn't really thought about. That the new era of Bond movies is not gonna have the Broccoli family involved. So they might actually be fucking terrible now. Oh, shit. Well, anywho. The main thing I'm curious on with the bait show is, like, how are they going to diversify the conflict of the show? Because the premise of the internet is mad about this casting. I don't know if you can really stretch that out to a whole season of television. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine it's going to be like 8 episodes. So, like, I don't know. Can you do 8 episodes of, oh, Riz Ahmed, the internet doesn't like that you're James Bond? Are you going to do that for 8 fucking episodes? That can't be. So I'm curious how they're going to weasel in some other kinds of issues, conflicts, and topics they want to speak on. But I am interested. It looks good. I like the idea. Love Riz Ahmed, so hell yeah. But moving on, no more trailers to talk about. There is a live-action Tinkerbell show coming to Disney+. Now, the idea of a Tinkerbell show in itself, I know there's animated Tinkerbell movies. I know I've seen at least one of them because they came out when my little sister was at the ripe age for it. So if she was watching it, I was watching it. I just had to sit in the room with her so we'd watch them. Like, I've seen most of those straight to DVD Barbie movies against my will. But yeah, like, I don't know. The idea of a Tinkerbell show, I can't say that I find it very riveting. What does Tinkerbell do? Like, she's, I don't know, but also at the same time, I guess that's the fun of it. You get to create her own little world and her story. And those movies did do that. Like, she had her little friends, they would go on little adventures and blah, blah, blah. But the live action aspect of this absolutely appalls me. Like, why? Why the fuck would you do live action? This, like, characters like Tinkerbell is just prime for animation, you know? Like, it just lends itself to it. Like, I saw Hoppers, and I'll talk about Hoppers later in the Weekly Media Club, but, like, one of the things I loved about Hoppers was how unapologetically animated it was, in the sense of, like, it is doing insane, crazy stuff that you just cannot do in live action, which I don't know. I think that's something that these studios are not appreciating in the projects that they order, is they're not thinking about, maybe this thing should only exist in this medium because that's the medium best for it. Like, I'm so fucking against live action video game adaptation, like The Last of Us or God of War or Uncharted or things like that. Like, those exist in the medium they were created for a reason. The idea of taking that and just, like, trying to replicate it in an entirely different medium is so boring to me. I don't want to see it. Or even, like, comic books. Like, I'll talk about Absolute Batman later, but Absolute Batman's incredible. I don't need to see that in live action because I just don't think it would work. It works best in the medium it's being created for. So, like, Tinkerbell should probably just be animated. I don't know. I mean, how are you going to achieve that on a TV show level? Like, you know, in terms of scale, and she glows and she flies and she does all these little magical things. Like, obviously it can be done, but it's just going to be a CGI mess, and they're probably going to film it all in green screen or the volume, and it's just not going to look very good. I just make it animated. Come on, or don't make it at all. One or the other. Animated or it doesn't exist. I feel like that's the happy ground. Anyway, there's a new Conan movie in development. This will be Conan 3, because Arnie's coming back. There's Conan the Barbarian, which I know I've seen, but I don't remember anything about it. And then there's Conan, it's Conan I want to say Conan the Conqueror, but I don't think that's right. And this is going to be King Conan. Arnold is confirmed to be coming back, and Christopher McQuarrie is directing, which is really exciting. He did Mission Impossible 5, 6, 7, and 8. He is an incredible action director. Like, in Mission Impossible 6 is a generational action movie. Like, that is incredible. Also, I think 7 is amazing. I think a lot of people are too harsh on Mission Impossible 7. Even 5. Like, I think 5 is incredible. 5 is my dad's favorite. 6 is my favorite. I love 7. 8 I really like, but it's just lacking the magic that the other ones had. I think he really burnt himself out on 5, 6, and 7. So when he got to 8, like, a lot of his juice was gone. But it's still a great movie. But yeah, like, him doing Conan, that really excites me. And Arnold's back, so that's cool. I love this trend of just bring Arnold back to all the roles that made him famous. Like, he's Terminator, but he's old. There was reports this week that he's had conversations with Dan Trachtenberg to be Dutch again in another Predator movie. He's going to be Conan again. Like, he's just doing all these things again. I don't know. I'm kind of being sarcastic, but at the same time, I also do get a kick out of it. Like, I wasn't a kid when his movies came out, because that was before my time, but as a kid, I still saw Predator when I was a kid. Terminator, my uncle showed me Terminator when I was like fucking maybe 8, maybe a little younger than that, and it was the first movie that ever made me feel actual fear. Like, the idea of this unstoppable thing coming at you and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, that scared the shit out of me. But, then, like, to go from that to Terminator 2, I remember on my couch getting hyped as hell when he's beating up the Predator, like, stuff like that. Like, Conan, I remember the first time I watched Conan, my dad, it was on HBO one weekend or something, and my dad was like, oh, hey, this is a great movie, you should watch this. And he just left. I don't even know where he went. He just went somewhere. But I was like, all right, sure. And I watched this incredible, insane movie of a big buff man doing big buff things. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't, like, technically, like, grow up on Arnold movies, but at the same time, like, I did. I grew up on the Arnold movies. So him coming back to do these things, it does, activate that monkey part of my brain where I'm like, oh my God, that's a thing I remember. So, I can talk like I'm above any of that, but I'm really not. But yeah, Christopher McQuarrie doing a Conan, King Conan. The idea behind King Conan, to my knowledge, is that he's been king for a long time. And then adventure comes calling and he's got to do a thing. That's all I got. I'm pretty sure it's what it's about. But yeah, I am interested in this, and I will absolutely say it. But on the topic of Christopher McQuarrie, like I said, he did the Mission Impossible movies. So, on the topic of Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise was allegedly offered a role in Invincible, but declined. And there was also reporting this week that Bryan Cranston was offered a role, but he declined. And I'll talk about Invincible when it comes out, when the new season's out. I'll probably talk about, like, week to week. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm kind of over Invincible. I've read some of the comic. I got bored of that too. I just don't find it super compelling. I don't know. When it started, when the show started, I wasn't really big into it either. Because I knew I had read enough of the comic to know the twist about the Omni-Man thing. So I was like, the whole season, there's like this mystery, what happened to them? What did Omni-Man do it? And blah, blah, blah. Was he mind controlled? And I'm like, no, he's awful. And the show's not really subtle about it either. But I also, I don't know, maybe it is trying to be subtle. And I just didn't get that because I knew going in that he was bad. And so it made that whole first season a real drag to get through. I like season 2 for the most part. 3 was okay, but I don't know. Like, I'm just so sick of the whole, they're going to fly at each other and we're going to punch each other and the whole screen's going to go red because there's so much blood and it's so gory and it's real. What if superheroes were real and they said bad words and they killed each other and blah, blah, blah. But also, no one fucking dies in that series. People get beheaded and cut in half. They just come back later, which I know, I think that the idea is that was Kirkman being funny, like, oh, isn't it funny how no one dies in comic books? But it's just stupid to me. I don't care for it. I also don't find any of the characters in Invincible interesting. I understand people are kind of sick of the boys for the same reason, where it's like, oh, we're going to do a gross thing. We're going to kill this guy in a gross way. We're going to be yucky and gross, and we're all saying fuck every second word. But I find the characters in the boys really likable and fun. I like Huey. I like Butcher. I love Homelander. I don't love Homelander. I'm scared of Homelander, but he's very compelling. Newman was great until they killed her. Like, I like the characters in the boys. Even Gen V. Like, I think Gen V gets really edgy at times and angsty. Where it's a little eye roll inducing, but I still like those characters. Kate Dunlap is my favorite character in that verse. I love Marie. Like I love Jordan. Jordan is so fucking cool. But I know those characters' names. I don't remember anyone from Invincible. I like Debbie because Sandra Oh is acting circles around everybody. But beyond that, I just don't care. But I also think that they need to stop with this whole, which celebrity can we get to voice this guy? Like, Lee Pace is voicing Thrag. That's a good get, but was that necessary? Like, we have real actual voice actors in the industry you could hire. They are, notoriously underpaid and underworked because studios don't want to hire voice actors. They keep going for, like, actual actors they can put on the poster. Like, I don't know. And it's not to say like the actors are bad in Invincible. Like J.K. Simmons is, I would classify him as a voice actor. He's done enough voice work to classify himself as a voice actor. But Steven Yeun, he's not really a voice actor, but he is very good. Like he's very, very good as Mark. But I don't know. Why is Troy Baker, Nolan North, Laura Bailey, like the big three? Why are they not getting a phone call? You know what I mean? Is Tara Strong in it? Maybe, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of other voice actors, but they're out there. Steve Blum. Why is Steve Blum not in it? Steve Blum would be an incredible addition to that cast. I love Steve Blum. But where are the voice actors? Maybe that's where all the budget's going, and the animation is just not super impressive. I don't know. Not a bad show, but it's a show that I'm basically over at this point. Anywho. Alien Romulus 2, or Alien 2 Romulus is what I'm going to call it, might have found its director in Michael Cernosky, who did the Quiet Place Day 1 movie, which I think is the best one of the three. I really don't think they're going to make that third one, or I guess the fourth one, but the John Krasinski one, I don't think that's happening. I know that I think it was announced, but it's been a couple of years. We haven't heard anything. It's probably not happening, which is fine. I don't really care for the Quiet Place things. I think it's a stupid universe with a stupid premise, with a boring alien design, and I don't find it very interesting. I think the first one's kind of fun, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you are going to get someone for an alien movie, this guy probably seems like the right get. I think the Quiet Place Day 1 is the best one, though. Like, I think it's got some fun tension. It's got some really, really cool chase sequences. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm over Alien also. I love Alien and Aliens, but beyond that, I just don't care. Like, I think the Alien franchise has kind of hit its end point. I know Ridley Scott, I think he actually kind of acknowledged that too, because that's why he was going back. The idea of fleshing out this world and answering questions that nobody asked with Prometheus and Covenant and shit. I don't know. I like Alien Earth a lot because it was a different thing. It was, bringing us back to Alien and the commentary of capitalism and the corporate workplace and how corporations and CEOs and the ruling class will sell you out for absolutely any fucking reason they want. And they are not your friends, and they will exploit you in every opportunity. I liked all of that, and I think I'm in the minority of the people that like the xenomorph stuff in that show. I like the look. I like that they have like a brownness to them, which I think is fun. I like the idea of the synthetic girl, Wendy, of them bonding to her, because like she's not human, she's something else. So to the xenomorph, it's like this thing that it doesn't understand, but it imprints on her, and she can kind of control it. I liked that idea. I thought that was exciting and cool. But I don't know. Like, beyond that, I'm just not interested in Alien Romulus sequel. I don't like Alien Romulus. I don't think it's very good. I like the last 20 minutes of it, but like everything getting there, I just don't care for. And I don't know how much longer we can do Alien like this. Like, how much longer can we do? Ooh, there's an alien on the spaceship. Let's all run away. It's gonna kill a couple people. We're gonna launch it into space. Oh, and we're all gonna, well, not all, but some of us are alive for the next one. Like, I'm sick of it, man. And Romulus, I think, is such a fucking blatant offender of the whole not letting go of the past thing. Like, that movie is just rehashing Alien and Aliens, and then a little bit of Prometheus, and even the ending when it has that big weird fucking hybrid monster thing. Like, that's a cool design and a cool sequence, but it's Alien. It's just Alien again. And New Ripley is good. I like Kaylee Spaney, but she's not, like, she's just not Ripley. And she's not different enough that I find her interesting. She's just not, I don't know. I just don't like it. And I'm tired of this. I like Andy. I think he's cool. But again, like, he's just a robot. Like, he's just another synthetic. I don't know. I'm just over it. I think we need to do completely new, crazy, wild shit like Prometheus and Alien Earth, or we need to stop. It's not like the Predator franchise. Like, Dan Trachtenberg has just absolutely exploded the Predator franchise in the best way. It is crazy and weird and wild, and I love it. Like, Prey is a lot of fun. It is very the first one, but it's not one-to-one. And it does play with the rules a little bit, and it takes us back in time, which makes a huge difference. And then Killer of Killers is awesome. I mean, animation was good, but the idea of, like, the Predators going to different time periods and then expanding on the lore of what happens when you win, I liked that idea. And then Badlands is incredible. Like, what if the Predator was the protagonist? Like, that's amazing. And, you know, whatever he does next, I have the utmost faith in him. Like, he has put so much life into this franchise that I could have sworn was dead after The Predator, where I remember seeing that movie and then being like, well, that sucked, and we're never getting another one of these again. And then Prey happened. Whereas, like, Alien is, like, after Covenant, I was like, yeah, this is dead in the water, and I'm fine with it. But I don't know. Like, after Romulus, I was like, yeah, they'll make another one, but will it be good? Probably not. And that's, I don't know. I miss being excited for Alien. I miss giving a shit about Alien. So, I don't know. Alien Tumulus, I can't say I'm particularly interested in it, but Michael Cernovsky is probably your best get if you need a director. That was a lot. Let's move on to Kate Winslet. She's going to be in the Hunt for Gollum movie, the new Lord of the Rings. I have nothing to say about this. I like Lord of the Rings. I'm not particularly interested in this. I think the idea is that between the end of the Hobbit trilogy and the beginning of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Aragorn has to assemble a team to go find Gollum and get the ring before Sauron comes back or something. How is that going to work? Because in the Lord of the Rings, Gollum's he's in Mordor. They have him. They torture him. But actually, Bilbo has the ring the whole time. Yeah, so what's going on? You know, I don't care. I like Lord of the Rings from like a, what's it called? Like a sideline perspective. I haven't read the books. I'm not very well versed in the lore. I like it in the extent of it's a good batch of movies, and that's all I've got. So I don't care. Kate Winslet's going to be in it. I'm pretty sure Viggo Mortensen's not coming back. Fucking, what's his face? Andy Serkis is directing. Does not excite me because his directorial record is not strong. He did the what's it called, the Jungle Book movie, one of them, because there's two. He did like the Netflix one, which has Benedict Cumberbatch as Shao Kahn, and I remember liking that a lot. Like, I thought he was great, but beyond that, not very memorable. And then he did Venom 2, which is the best one of the three, but it's still not a good movie. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't care. Last week, or the week before, I don't remember. Actually, it might have been a while ago. But we talked about how Kpop Demon Hunters 2, Netflix or Sony or whoever, some CEO was saying that they weren't confident that a sequel would be ready by 2029. Because we knew that there was a sequel in development. We've known that. But this week, Kpop Demon Hunters 2 is officially announced. Maggie Kang and Chris Applehans are going to return to write and direct. Yeah, I mean, I like Kpop Demon Hunters a lot. I'm not entirely sure that a sequel is necessary or where they could possibly go. I saw someone pitch a theory that Huntrix might do like a world tour, and there'll be some kind of reopening of the Hanmoon, and they're gonna have to seal it again. But like that doesn't really interest me. You know, just like, oh, we sealed the Hanmoon and it's over. Just kidding, we have to do it again. Like that's, I don't know, man. I don't know, but you know what? It's their job to make the movie. I just get to tell you if it's good or not. So I'll stay in my lane, and I'm looking forward to it. I would like a shifting of perspective in the character department, though, because Mira and Zoe. I rewatched this movie a couple weeks ago. Great, love it, fantastic. But Mira and Zoe are barely in it. I know they have their fans. Zoe is my favorite, but I couldn't tell you why. I think I just like her vibe. I don't know, they just feel like real background characters. And I don't know, I'd like to see them kind of step into the spotlight a little more. Like, Rumi, stand aside. We have your story. We know your traumas and your whatevers. Let's let Mira and Zoe have the spotlight. That's my only request. Next up, we have the news that Aaron Pierre will officially be in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. We also know that... Oh, actually, let's see if I didn't write this down. Let me see if I can do it off the cuff. The confirmed returning cast is Corin Sweat, Superman, obviously. Brosnahan for Lois. Holt is back as Luthor. And then Isabella Merced is back as Hawkgirl. I think Eddie Gathegi is back as Terrific. Who the hell else? I'm sure Jimmy Olsen's back. You know what? I don't know. Anywho, the speculation is that Man of Tomorrow is basically going to set up the DCU's equivalent, not equivalent, but the DCU's Justice League. That this is going to be like a Justice League forming type thing. We know Brainiac is in it. Brainiac's going to be the villain. So, yeah, it's fun. I like the idea of Brainiac coming to Earth and Superman and Lex to team up, but then also these other heroes that are on Earth are going to get involved. Like, I think that's fun. Also, like, one of the MCU's biggest criticisms of, like, since it started was the idea of, if all these heroes exist on Earth, where are they during these, like, world-ending scenarios that happen in one person's movie? Like in Iron Man 3 when the president gets kidnapped and S.H.I.E.L.D. just sits that one out. Like, where were you guys? You know, and they ended up kind of addressing some of it, like Iron Man and Spider-Man, stuff like that. But, even now, in universe, Wilson Fisk takes over New York and he's got a kill squad on the street. Where's Spider-Man? What's he up to? Why is Daredevil the only one helping? And this is the universe of the Defenders, so where's Luke Cage? Where's Iron Fist? And Jessica Jones is back, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's fun that the DCU is going to address this pretty much immediately. Green Lantern's going to show up. He's going to do a big fist of green light. But this interests me for Lanterns. Like, I don't know. I talked about this last week when we talked about Lanterns. I don't like that it's R-rated. I don't like that Jon Stewart and Hal are going to be saying fuck left and right. And because then, if you establish Aaron Pierre's Jon Stewart as a sweary effing and jeffing type guy, and then he comes to Superman and he's like, oh, gee willikers, Superman, we're in trouble now. Like, I don't know. I feel it's going to be a little jarring. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not loving what we're seeing of I said this last week. I don't love what we're seeing of Lanterns. Not super pumped about Aaron Pierre as Jon Stewart. He was not my first choice. He has to win me over. I wanted Aldous Hodge. I still want Aldous Hodge. Aldous Hodge is great. He could be most superheroes. He's just got that superhero energy. He's very charming. He's a big, tough guy. He's very, very handsome man. He's funny. Like, he's just got it all. He could be Batman. Oh, he'd be a good Batman too. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Green Lantern's gonna be Man tomorrow. Hal Jordan will not be, apparently. So the idea that he's dying at the end of that show, yeah, almost. I mean, I'm willing to put money on the fact that he's dying by the end of that show. They're gonna kill Hal Jordan in this universe immediately. That's great. Love that. So good. Incredible stuff, James Gunn. Anyway. Bradley Cooper might write and direct the Ocean's prequel movie. So the reporting that I read is that, and this like a week ago, because we talked about this last week, I think. It was last week or the week before. There's an Ocean's prequel movie, and it's about George Clooney and Sandra Bullock Ocean, because they're the siblings. It's about their parents, and how they instilled the love of heisting into their kids. And it was going to be Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, because it was off the back of Barbie that this was announced. But Gosling seems to have either dropped out or been dropped, and he was replaced with Bradley Cooper, and Margot Robbie is still going to be in it. So the reporting that I was reading last week or the week before or whenever is that it's Margot Robbie and Bradley Cooper. And now it looks like they want Cooper to write and direct, because the director they had, and I forgot who it was, he dropped out. He was not vibing with the studio, and he left. So, I don't know. This would be very different for Bradley Cooper, in terms of the things that he's made, because he's made like very compelling dramas and character-driven movies. And this could be character-driven, but this also has to be like a heist movie in the Soderbergh kind of way. Why not just get Soderbergh again? What's he up to these days? It's not like Soderbergh doesn't have the sauce anymore. Lucky Logan was really good. Kimmy is incredible. I love Kimmy. That's a great movie. But you know, like why not just ask him to do it? Maybe he doesn't want to do it actually. But you know, like a fun heist movie. I just don't know if Bradley Cooper's the right guy for the job. Honestly, like Peyton Reed, like if you could get him to harness the energy he had when he made Ant-Man, like that could be he could be a good pick. Edgar Wright, I mean, I would love to see Edgar Wright do something that's actually fun and lively again. I feel like whatever spark he had was like beaten out of him after he made Baby Driver. Because Baby Driver, I still think, is his magnum opus. Like, I know, you know, actually, that might not be true. I think World's End might be his best. I might be World's End. But Baby Driver's last movie why am I talking about this? Baby Driver's the last movie he made where I really felt like he had the sauce. Last Night in Soho and Running Man. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I think they're fine. But they just don't feel like him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Bradley Cooper's the right choice for this. But at the same time, maybe he'll surprise us. But that's it. That's all the news we have. So we're going to jump right into the Weekly Media Club. I'll do Eddington first. So homework was Eddington. Eddington is the latest by Ari Aster, who did Hereditary, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid. I haven't seen I have. I'm sorry. Midsommar is the only one of his movies I've seen, other than now Eddington. I haven't seen Hereditary, even though I hear it's incredible, and I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, but I want to, because I like Joaquin Phoenix, I like Ari Aster enough, and I hear it's very divisive, so I want to have an opinion on it. But Eddington is an interesting watch. It's I don't know if I like this movie. I've enjoyed the time I've spent thinking about it, but I don't think I liked it. I also don't think I disliked it. It's a very interesting movie, and I think everyone should see it for the sake of having an opinion on it, but I wouldn't recommend this to anybody I know. Yeah, well, I'm going to talk full spoilers too. So if you haven't seen Eddington and you want to, just skip this. I'll put timestamps in. I usually don't for the Weekly Media Club stuff, but I will this time. So Eddington is about a small town called Eddington in New Mexico. It's 2020. It's like midway through. So COVID's in full swing. Lockdown's a thing. We're social distancing. Masks are on. There's crazy conspiracy theories on the news. And then during the movie, the George Floyd killing happens. So the BLM protests begin. And then things get really strange from there. So I didn't know a lot about this movie going into it. I like the cast. I like Ari Aster from Midsommar, the only one that I have seen. But I heard the idea was it's a look at 2020 through a bleak lens. That's all I knew. And I saw people comparing it to One Battle After Another when that came out. The idea of these two movies that speak on resistance and the oppressive status quo and how to fight back, and how One Battle After Another has a very hopeful ending about how there is hope and the youth the youth have the ability to fight for a better tomorrow. And this movie is just bleak as shit. And that's all I knew. So I can confirm this movie is so fucking bleak. This is a miserable, mean-spirited movie about how everything's bad, nothing will ever get better, and we should probably all die. That's the core of this movie. And it's so hard to get through at times. Not in like a it's disturbing kind of way. Like I went down a rabbit hole after I watched this of reading people's Letterboxd reviews. And I went through Reddit pages talking about this movie. And there seems to be a mix of people that think this is like an incredible satirical take on things, but they're looking at it through a very like skewed lens. And then there's other people that think it's completely misses the mark and it's cruel for cruelty's sake, but they're looking at it through a specific lens. And so I've tried sitting back and looking at this movie from a kind of like a moderate lens. I'm not a moderate, just so we're clear. I am not a moderate. I am I'm a hard leftist. But I tried looking at this movie through the moderate lens of like a normal person, a person that, I shouldn't say normal, but a person that doesn't absorb politics the way I do. A person that doesn't have Lenin on their bookshelf, and a person who doesn't have Marx on their bookshelf, and someone who doesn't watch the Majority Report every single day. But yeah, so I think that this is a movie that is designed to kind of poke fun at, not really critique, just kind of make fun of, in an obnoxious way, people on both sides. Because it kind of takes its stance from that moderate sense. It looks at white people who are very up in arms after George Floyd was killed, and it looks at them and it basically says, you're stupid for caring so much about this thing. But it also, at the same time, it doesn't, because there's characters who only care about BLM because they want to get laid. And then there's other characters that really honestly believe that there is injustice happening and we need to fight for a better world for those around us. But then it also wants to poke fun at people that fall down like right-wing rabbit holes. The people that believe like insane conspiracy theories that, like the woke elite are gonna control our minds, or that, or even like a Christian nationalist kind of lens of how if we all subscribe to God and religion, but my specific lens of God and religion, all will be right in the world. But then, it wants to criticize, the moderate stance of, well, let's all just sit around and do fucking nothing because nothing matters. Like, I don't even know if that's moderate anymore, but it's all over the place. And it gets to a point where it really just feels like this movie's not about anything at all. It just wants to point at everyone and say, you're stupid. Why do you care about anything? And that's what I mean by saying it's so fucking bleak. I guess I'll just jump to the end. Not the end of the discussion, but the end of the movie. So the movie, when it starts, it's about something. It's about, a guy who is against this, the mandates of COVID. Like, he doesn't like the mask, doesn't like the social distancing, he doesn't believe in any of it. Like, he believes in COVID and the threat of COVID, but he also doesn't like the precautions that are being taken, which, that was a very popular stance. I had no issue with it. Just me personally, I didn't mind wearing a mask everywhere I went. I didn't mind. I got vaxxed. I didn't throw a fit about it. I was like, this just, I don't know. This is just the way it is. And yeah, but and he's going up against Pedro Pascal, who's the mayor, and he's clearly a Democrat, and he's like, oh, we have to do this, and that, and he's aligning with techie people, like they want to put a data center in Eddington, and he's all for it. So he's pro big tech. He's a sellout Dem. But then like Joaquin Phoenix is like a like a loser Republican who doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't have any actual stances on things. He just wants, he just doesn't like the masks. Like, that's what really starts it. He just doesn't want to wear his mask. And he also hates Pedro Pascal's character. Like, he deeply hates him. So he does it kind of out of spite, running for office. He doesn't have any ideas, doesn't have a lot of support. He doesn't really seem to care about it outside of, I don't want to wear my mask. Like, he's just kind of throwing a tantrum for most of it. But anyway, then, like, there's also the sprinkling in of the BLM stuff, which some of that commentary I found to be really kind of funny, like, because this is a dark comedy. But some of it I also found to be really just, I don't know, not nuanced, like, just not really saying anything at all. Then there's also, like, because there's two cops that are with Joaquin Phoenix. There's a black guy and a white guy, and the white guy he's asking him, like, oh, what do you think of all this? Like, are you more black or more cop? And he's like, what the fuck? Why would you ask me that? But I don't know. Like, some of it felt like Ari Aster had something to say about how white people adopt this language of, like, anti-racism and white privilege and trying to unpack it and understand it. And some of them, they say it because they believe it and they learned it and they care. And then some people say it because they heard it, but they don't understand it. They think it makes them sound like a better person. Like, they learned this doctrine, not, like, for the sake of, like, learning it. They learned it the way that, like, a kid learns spelling words. You learn the word for the test, then you forget it because you don't care. Like, that's what some of it feels like. But then some of it feels earnest. Like, there's this one girl who really, it feels like she cares and wants to make a difference. But then, as the movie continues, it just loses its fucking mind, and it becomes a conservative's wet dream. How this guy, he gets to assassinate the woke Democrat mayor and his kid, gets away with it, then single-handedly fights off an Antifa terrorist cell, kind of, because then in the end, he gets stabbed in the head and is paralyzed paralyzed. And then a kid who has been pretending to care about things for the sake of, who's a very, like, performative kind of activist. He does a Kyle Rittenhouse and kills a person, and then becomes a right-wing grifter. And it's just so strange. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about it, because I understand the tongue-in-cheek poking fun at thing of this kid that doesn't believe in anything, has no real values, and is just doing everything for the sake of getting attention and getting women to like him. Being woke didn't work, so he shifts to, I'm a right-wing guy now, because that's what's giving him attention. That's what he wants. And I think a lot of, like, in the real world, a lot of it comes down to that. It's people seeking attention. They want validation. They just want someone to love them because they're lonely as shit. Like, so much of the manosphere really just comes down to men that are fucking lonely. And not in, like, oh, I'm so sad for you. In, like, you're a weird, unfuckable loser, and you're making it my problem. But, then there's also the element of, why is there an Antifa terrorist cell? That's not what, like, Antifa is not a group. Antifa is an ideal. It's anti-fascism. It's not a group. There is no group of Antifa. And I don't know, does Ari Aster actually believe that? Because it's the most absurd thing in this movie. Because, like, this group of people are going around, they're killing cops, and they're writing, like, kill pigs and things in arson and shit. Like, does Ari Aster think that that's a real thing, that that's a real group that exists, that that's, like, an actual thing out in the world? Or is he doing it because it's crazy and stupid, and if you believe that, you're crazy and stupid? Like, I don't know what his vision was there. And it's weird, because the rest of the movie is really rooted in realism and believability, and then you just have this fucking Antifa terrorist group show up, and they get in a firefight with Joaquin Phoenix, and he does so much better than he should. It's very strange. But another thing is that, like, the movie really does push is that everything sucks, nothing's getting better. Which, like, I understand feeling that way, and unfortunately that is kind of the truth. Like, the world is so fucked right now, and there's really no actual, like, meaningful way to stop it. Like, I mean, Trump is blowing up fucking, he's bombed 7 countries since his second term started. And right now, the United States is at war with Iran for no fucking reason other than Israel told us to do it. That's basically confirmed at this point, because I'm not going to get into it. But like, even like, you know, the Republicans go on TV and they have no justification. They have no reason. They're just bouncing ideas off a fucking wall, hoping something sticks, and nothing is. Like, Stephen Miller was on TV this past week going like, the best part about this war is it shows that the military is not woke anymore. Like, what the fuck does that even mean, you fucking thumb-looking piece of shit? But like, the world is on fire, and there's just no real way we're gonna put it out anytime soon. And quite literally on fire with global warming, and we're not gonna solve that tomorrow. We'd have to abandon capitalism, and that's not happening. So yeah, I understand the mentality of everything sucks, nothing's getting better, what's the point of anything? I understand. But also, my God, is it bleak. Like, as an example, in the movie, protesters protest the police, and, you know, like the police, the power they hold over the people, the abuse of power, all of that stuff, the institutional oppression that police serve. Because realistically, at the end of the day, all police are is the fist of the ruling class. That's what they are. That's what the military is too. Like, as far as I'm concerned, every cop is a fucking class traitor. All right, I don't want to get into it. But it's just the way it is. Like, the role that the police serve, at least in America, is to protect and serve the ruling class, maintain the harmful status quo, make sure that this terrible machine that kills millions of people keeps doing what it's doing. And, you know, there is protest against that in the movie, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference, because Joaquin Phoenix still kills multiple people and gets away with it. And then, like, asserts his power. He becomes the mayor in the end. Like, it's not like, you know, and then there's levels to that, because his psycho mom, who's also the mom, she's the Penguin's mom, who like believes in crazy conspiracy theories. She's his handler, and he's paralyzed, so he can't do anything. He's trapped in his own body, and she gets to do whatever she wants through him, which, you know, that sucks. But like, he gets to the protest doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. They don't stop him. They don't change his mind. They don't take any of his power away. He still gets to use his cop privilege to kill multiple people, cover it up, pin it on other people, and get away with it in the end. But also, part of that is absurd bullshit because of the Antifa terrorist cell. Like, I think it's a movie that thinks it's a lot smarter than it is, because it is ultimately very silly. But it's also trying to be silly, because it is a dark comedy, or a black comedy, I suppose you call it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a movie where the worst people win, the best people aren't very good, and its ultimate message is, nothing's getting better, we should probably kill ourselves. I don't know. I like talking about it. I've been talking to people about it, and I think it promotes an interesting conversation, but I don't think I liked it, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody I know. But yeah, that's Eddington. Anywho, in terms of other stuff that I've been indulging myself in, actually, you know what? Homework for next week, we're going to do The Fly. Cronenberg's The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum one. Yeah, that's homework. So watch The Fly, leave comments about The Fly, and I will respond to them. No one's done this yet, and that's fine. It's okay. We're building an audience. The Turkey Talk thing is going. It's going. I don't know, but I like it. I'm having fun. I enjoy doing this. It's just I need to vent about movies somewhere. Anywho, I saw Hoppers. I liked Hoppers. I thought it was really fun. It's another movie about like making change and rebellion and resistance and this and that, trying to create a better world. And I liked it. I did find it inspiring. My only real issue with it is that it does demonize violent resistance, which I won't get super into, but I am of the belief that if the oppressing ruling class is seeking to exterminate you, then you are, in my mind, you are free to fight back however you feel fit. If an entire, like, you know, not to cite anything from the real world, but if an entire nation was trying to exterminate you, get you to leave your homeland and kill every single person that lives there, and you wanted to fight back violently, I have no issue with that. I really don't. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Like, roll over and take it? You know, go out with your little sign and go, please stop, don't do this. Like, that's gonna fucking work? And the movie, it actively demonizes that. The animals decide that the humans have taken enough of our land. They've force all of us into relocation. We're gonna kill them all. And the movie's like, no, that's wrong. We should just have conversations with them. We can change their minds. I didn't like that, but the rest of it I really liked. The animation's really fun. It's very funny. I was fucking losing it. I was having a great time. The animation's very pretty. The characters are delightful. There's some really absurd, ridiculous shit that is, again, hilarious. And there's some really good emotional moments about, you know, friendship and feeling alone and feeling small, and how, you know, like the power of community in organizing. And I enjoyed that a lot. I just thought that was very impactful and very powerful. I liked it. I'm still rewatching Daredevil. I just got through Defenders. Not good. I remember really liking Defenders when it came out. For whatever fucking reason, I watched the whole thing in a night. I don't remember like when I got to it, but I remember watching on Christmas Eve. I put it on when everyone was still awake, and people were like coming and going. Like, what is this? And I was like, oh, it's Defenders. Like, oh, I don't fucking care. And then I stayed up all night watching it. And like everyone woke up on Christmas morning, and I was like, Daredevil fucking died. But yeah, I mean, it's not very good. It's so weird going from Daredevil to Defenders. It's a huge step down. And it's a shame because it really does feel like Daredevil season 2.5. A lot more of a sequel to Daredevil than the other ones. But I think it is essential viewing for Matt Murdock's story. This version of Matt Murdock, I just didn't care for it, and it's slow. It's not very interesting. The fights aren't good. They're very choppy. I didn't like it. But yeah, I'm on season 3 of Daredevil now. Very excited. From memory, it's the best season. Very excited. I have like a week. I've got like a fucking week to watch all of season 3 and then the season 1 of Born Again. So hopefully when we talk next, I'll have watched all of that. And then there was a new Absolute Batman, but I'm going to talk about that next week, I think, because it's late and I want to go to bed. So that's going to do it for Turkey Talk. Woo! Thank you, if you're still here, for listening and indulging me. It really does mean the most. No one's going to hear this because I don't think anyone's listening, but I'm probably going to start filming these. I have a camera somewhere. I think I'm going to put a camera on and I'm going to yap into the camera, and everyone's going to get to see my face as I sweat in this hot as fuck room that I'm in. But yeah, that's all I got. A lot of news this week, and then we talked about Eddington, but I think it was successful. So, thank you so much for listening, for indulging me, for being here if you're here. It means the absolute world to me. I love movies so much. All I ever want to do is talk about movies. So I like that I have a vessel for that. I am working on videos. There'll be proper video essay at some point. I did a collab video about Barbie, which should probably be up in, I want to commit to like a week or two. Hopefully by the end of the month, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all I got. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!